Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday morning. I hope you have made the most of what Pal taught you yesterday. On day two, we would be talking about the advanced filters, and we would also be talking about the Spark Air policies and how to publish your effect. So, I'm not going to take much of your time. I'm handing it over directly to Pal. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, good morning, and I wish to make your Sunday better. So let's get started. Just a second. Uh, I'm I'm sharing my screen. Share screen. Yeah. Just let me know if my screen is visible or not. Is it visible?
Yes, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get started. So our today's checklist will be understanding the advanced capabilities of an AR effect because yesterday we saw a normal filter. We added two basic things. One was immersiveness and one was other was interactivity. Now we'll be adding more immersiveness into an effect, like how you can add audios, you can add user segmentations and all. Then other is Spark AR policies, the important guidelines before publishing your first effect. And finally, we'll be publishing your first effect, and I'll be guiding you how to do that. And last stage would be FAQs and bonus tips if you require anything. So let's understand the advanced capabilities of an AR effect. First, like I said, is user segmentation, and another is how to add audio into your effect. Because you might have seen many effects which is having some kind of segmentation, the background segmentation, skin segmentation, hair segmentation, and other is audio into your effect. Because this add a touch of more interactivity in your effect. Because the thing is, if like currently you can able to hear me, that's why you are able to understand it. But if there is no audio type of thing, then how you will be able to understand it? That's why have an effect with an audio, it's more interactive and immersive. So let's start with our Spark AR Studio. This is the UI which I explained yesterday, and first will be our background. So I will just guiding you quickly for the background template, but no need to worry. I will explain you from the scratch how to create a user segmentation effect. Just open Spark AR Studio, select Create New, and go to the template section here, and you might see a template known as background. Look how the girl is curious to understand. So let's get started. And I'm just repeating the terms which I explained yesterday. This is our scene panel. This is our asset panel where all the assets are has been added. This is our simulator window. This is our inspector panel, and this is our viewport. You can see the segment. The person has been segmented from the background. So this is known as person segmentation. And we have three types of segmentation in Spark AR Studio, which is person segmentation, hair segmentation, and skin segmentation. We can use based upon our requirements. So today we'll be using person segmentation, where once camera detects a person, it will be segmenting the whole person, all the persons in the effect, and replacing it with the background we have passed it. So currently you can see there is a replace me background, which is the by default background. So we'll be adding our own custom background. You can also add your own custom images. Just make sure the dimensions of what are the images, because if you can see currently the dimensions for this if device is 390 by 844, and basically by default is like this 375 by 667. So if your image dimensions are just like this, so it will have properly, otherwise it will be pixelated or it will be scaled up in X or Y axis, squashed, we can say basically. So are you ready to understand this from scratch? Let's create from scratch. I'll be closing it. I'll be clicking on sharing experience. So you can see once again, it's our by default template. We'll be changing a user to as per your choice. Now here we'll have two things. We'll be adding a canvas. Canvas is basically the size of your screen where whatever things you add, it gets added to the screen. You have a canvas, and yesterday I explained the naming convention starts with 0. And I believe you need to name all your what we can say objects as per you like. So I basically write it as UI. So basically you can see when I'm selecting the canvas, a blue color border is there. So it's the device dimension. So now I'll be adding a rectangle towards it, into it. So this will be, by default it gets added with 100 by 100 fixed width, but you can click here, you can select full width, you can select full height. So it's the checkerboard again. The material has not been applied. We will apply the material soon. So first it's our user. Let's rename it to user. You can rename by double clicking it or right clicking it and then selecting rename. So this is where our user screen will be visible. Mean supported. Okay, it is some user. Yeah. So this is our user and we'll be duplicating it for our background. I hope it is simple till here. Just you need to add a canvas, add a rectangle, increase the width and height by relative 100%, full width, full height, and rename your objects so that you get more clear understanding. So we have added all the elements which we wanted to add on in our scene, that is user and background. So now we'll be adding material. So like I explained yesterday, name the material same as the object, like user mat, user, and you can also duplicate this for background mat. I've given BG. And one thing we need to change is to change the shader type to flat for both. So now we have added all the basic things. Now we need to assign those material, and we also want the user to be visible. So for this, we'll be extracting one thing, that's camera texture, because what is visible, we have added two rectangles or planes on top of it. So to apply the material, we need to first extract the camera texture. What the texture that's it's visible on your screen. Texture extraction, the camera texture 0, and we need to have person segmentation. So these are the two things which we will be requiring for our effect. And again, I like to name it as based upon my type. This camera texture, I give it as a live feed because it's currently sharing all the live data. Now, instead of this whole big name, we can have person segmentation. Person SEG segmentation. So that it's simpler and easy to understand. So we will apply live feed here in our user mat, and we'll be applying it to our material user mat. We'll be applying the background material BG mat. Now you can see that's currently the white plane because we have not segmented our background. To do this, we can go to alpha, select person segmentation and invert. Because we don't want to segment our person, we want to segment the background. So that's why we will be inverting the properties. So what it does is it allows to pass only the alpha values for the person, and all the values has been replaced. So this is how the background segmentation thing works. I hope it is clear till here. And you can change the color. If you just want to keep colors, you can change as per your choice. So it's a simpler effect with just colored background. So now you can add the images as per your choice, which I'll be adding. Let's add some textures. So you can navigate to your folder where all the images has been stored, or you can take any if you want. So I'll be taking this 3 images and I'll be showing how to create a background segmentation effect by changing the background. Yesterday we used a patch known as screen tap, which will be using the same here. So you can see my background has been added. I've added 4 different sets of backgrounds. And I now want that whenever the user taps on the screen, the backgrounds get changed. So let's make it full screen and go to workplace, show patch editor. For Windows, the command is to control alter P, and for Mac, it's alter command P. Otherwise, you can directly go from here, view, patch editor, and other else you can go to workplace and patch editor. The more you use it, more you will be handy to the shortcuts. So now again, the most used patch will be first adding our option picker. Currently, we only require 4 sets of inputs. So select it, right click it, go to number of inputs and make it 4. Currently, its data type is number. We'll be changing it to texture and naming it in orderly manner. So our background patch is ready. Now we need to have the logic screen tab. So whenever the user will tap on the screen, it will generate a pulse. Then counter. Because we want a counter which increases the value of the option picker. And the maximum count is 4. Because we only have 4 different backgrounds. We connect the output to the input of option picker so that it changes the option values. And now we'll be changing it with this texture. You can see an arrow here. By clicking on it, it's create a patch. So now if I enable my screen simulate touch, on tapping you can see the background gets changed. Make sure you use royalty free images. There is no copyright issue. I'll be explaining it in policies, but still, while publishing your effect, you need to make sure the images are not a copyright thing. So tada, your first this background segmentation you can create like this with screen tap, counter, option picker, and diffuse texture. Now, one more important thing is like and we know on tapping you need to change the background, but the key important is to add instructions. So let's get started with instructions. We'll be adding instructions. We saw it yesterday how to do that. We have this option where we can directly select, tap to change. It will create a patch for us. And we'll make it little, yes, we'll sort it out in proper manner. The runtime patch, then a timer we can keep for 7 seconds. We can restart the effect. You can see tap to change effect is there for the current second. So for the first 7 seconds, you will see an instruction to tap to change, so that user will get to know he needs to tap to change the background. This is the simplest approach to add an instruction. You can also have different approaches, and just like I explained it yesterday, you can also keep the instructions or interactions based upon your requirements. If you want to have screen tap, then you can use screen tap. If you want to use eyebrow raising, mouth open, or anything like of that, you can use you can add face tracker and add those functionalities. But screen tap is simpler for background, so that's why I chose this. I hope till here it's clear. If it's clear, then we can pursue to our next step, that is adding the audio. Is it clear till now? If you have any queries, please post in the comment section. We'll be saving our file. Let's save it because we have already created a partial project. Let's save. You can save as per your naming conventions, as in your path, wherever you want to. We'll be saving it BG segmentation. So this is how user segmentation is applied. If you can see, if I change the person segmentation to something else, Like, let's suppose if we create only hair segmentation, is not supported by Facebook. And yeah, one more thing, certain capabilities are not supported by Facebook. So make sure before adding those capabilities on which platform you want to create the effect. So if I want to use head segmentation, I won't be able to deploy that effect on Facebook. So that's why I'm removing it. You can see my effect will only be showing Instagram. So I added hair segmentation. If I go to my background, it will just segment only. It will only hair will be visible. The face and skin won't be visible. If I change the alpha to hair, like this, invisible man type effect. So we'll be going back to a person segmentation, and likewise you can check this out for skin segmentation also. So save your effect. Now we'll be moving towards the step 2, that is adding audio into your effect. So currently Spark AR only supports M4A file and monotonous sound. So we will be going to step 2, how to add audio into your effect. So you can search for any royalty free music online. I found this website, Ben Sound. Let's try it in like from scratch, royalty free music. You can select any website you want. I found this in the first, so I selected this. So then you can choose any category you want. Let's take it positive. Then it was this audio. You can download any audio you want, and I'm explaining if you are having an audio which is having a different file format apart from M4A, how to convert into M4A. You can select free download and download it. I've already downloaded the audio, which we'll be using in later part of our effect. Let's get back to here. You can also use some pre-added audios which are already available in our asset library. Those are also royalty free and free to use in your effect. So you can open AR library, this symbol here, asset library or AR library. Then you can go to music and sound. You will find various combinations of sound effects, ambient sound and music, which you can import in your effect. You can test it out by clicking here. So these are all in M4A format. If you don't want to use this particular set of music audios, you can add your own custom audios, and I will show you how to add that. So this was one step to add predefined audios from Spark AR library. You can click on import free anyone. It will get downloaded and added as an audio section here. But if we want to use our own custom audio, which we downloaded recently, so first we'll need to convert it into M4A format. You can go here, you can write MP3 to M4A. Second, yeah, you will file this website. I use this basically. Yes. You can see the website name is audio online convert to M4A. But either you can drag and drop your file or you can choose the file. I'll be choosing my downloads, then the MP3 dreams which we downloaded recently. Upload it. It's getting uploaded. Now the important steps here are change the frequency. It only supports 44K, 44.1K hertz. Select 44,100 hertz. Change the audio channels to mono because it only supports mono. If your audio will be in stereo, it won't be getting added into the effect. It will show an error. And if you want to trim your audio, you can see the currently this dreams is of 3 minutes 30 seconds. We don't need that much big. We can also trim our audio as per our requirement. And one last thing is change in the audio codec, which you need to keep it to AAC. So these three important steps you need to understand. First, by changing the audio frequency to 44.1 kilohertz, changing the audio channels to mono, and then select the audio codec to AAC. Then click on start. The conversion will start. The file will get ready soon. Dreams, you can see the M4A format and it's been already downloaded. So now we'll add this audio into our effect. Click plus, you can see in the bottom left, import from computer. Now you can see wherever the file you have downloaded to the path, you can see M4 is visible. And if I try selecting MP3, it won't be visible because Spark doesn't support MP3. It only supports M4A format. Open. You can also test your sound once it gets added. You can see a player here, and I will to hear that audio. Are you guys able to? So we are having two different ways to add an audio into our effect. So first we'll be adding speaker, because if we will add speaker, then only our audio will get played into our effect. You can click the plus sign. You can write speaker and then click enter, which will be getting added into our scene panel. Now, yeah, say name it as audio. Yeah, speaker is fine. Based upon your conventions, you can name it. So now we have just added the audio, but we need to add a audio player, audio controller basically, which you will get an option of playback controller. You can see audio playback controller. To play an audio, we require audio playback controller, which makes it easier for us when to play, when to keep it on loop, and when to reset it based upon our requirement. So first, when I'm selecting this, I'll be renaming it to audio player, audio controller basically, and then selecting my audio, that is dreams. If I click on play, by default it will be playing, and if you want to keep on loop, you can keep on loop. For all the background theme based audios, it's like it keeps on playing and playing. When the effect starts, you can check these two options, one is play and one is loop. But if you want to play at a particular time, you can create the output, this patch, which will be the output from the your what we can say patches, and connect it to this. And this is a reset pulse. If audio is played once, you can click on this reset patch and it will reset the audio, so that if you want to play it again, it will start from the start. So now we'll be moving to speaker. Let's turn it off at the moment. Speaker, you can see the audio. You can also change the volume as per your requirement. By default it's 100, and you can see our playback controller, that is audio controller, and I'll be playing it. Let's play it. Now you can see the audio is playing in our background, and we'll be keeping it on loop. So this is how you add, it's one way of adding the audio into our effect. And one more thing, if you want to record the environmental sound, then you can keep the microphone on. But if you want to add an effect, add an audio into your effect, and you don't want, because whenever we record or create a story for Instagram, it also records the background voice or your environment sound. So you can click on disable mic, so that it won't record any of those background sound. It will just record audio inside it if it's present. It's helpful to you because it reduces the noise. So now we have added the audio, and we will find the different approach how to add audio directly. It's another approach. First, we'll be requiring audio play, audio clip controller, audio clip controller, then single clip controller. So this two patch will be requiring. We need to pass the audio clip. So select the audio, click on it, drag and drop into our patch editor. It will look something like this. Then connect it with the audio clip. Now the single clip controller will be here, so that it goes into our controller input and audio for our speaker. So speaker get to know which audio that we want to play. So this is how it can be also done. And if I'll be creating a pulse, if I turn the pulse on, it will start our audio. If you can hear it in background. You can also add multiple audios with, if you have multiple audios, you can go for multi-clip controller. So with the same controller, you will be able to turn on or play multiple audios into your effect. And if you want to click on stop, the audio will stop. If you want to click on loop, you can pass the pulse. So this is how we add audio into our effect, either by simply using the playback controller, or you can have your custom like this. So these are the two approaches for this. And audio capabilities are also very immersive. Many effects used for different, you can see robotonic voice, robotonous voice, or some different delays. We can change pitch and everything, but it is on intermediate level. You can find different tutorials on community or Spark Learn page. This is a documentation where you can search for the documents and everything. If you want to understand particular effect, you can search for it. And this is a report. If something is not working properly, you can report the bug. So this is how we create an our background segmentation and add an audio into it. And if you want to test this out, we'll be generating our test link like we did yesterday. We go into the playback controller, we'll be clicking play and loop so that whenever you open the effect, the audio starts playing. And volume based upon your requirement. If it's too high pitch, then you can reduce the volume little bit. If it's normal, decent, peaceful song melody, then you can keep the volume 100% so that it's pleasant to ear. So now you can click on, first let's save our effect. You can see the asterisk sign here, which shows that current project is the current progress is not saved. We'll be saving it. It's been saved, and now we'll be generating a link. Let's understand first. Yeah, that's why. Now we are able to hear the audio. You can share on Instagram because you were using hair segmentation earlier. That's why it's the Facebook capability is not visible here. We can also change the properties if you want. You can select Facebook, done, and now you can see the Facebook is here present. Export is done. The export by your username is ready to test it out. Any confusions, any doubts still here? I hope I've explained it simply and with proper pace. Wasn't it too fast or something? So that we can switch to the next step, that is understanding the SparkYR policies. So here you can be able to generate out the test links, which is valid for 50 users, and you can share it with your friends. I hope till here it was easy and simple to understand, and no need to worry. If you have any queries or doubts, you can simply post it in the chat. And I'll be showing, first we'll be going through the policies, and then I'll be showing how to publish your first effect. You guys are excited for that? Let's switch back to our PPT. Present. Yeah. So the most important step is knowing the policies, because even though you create an effect which is not following SparkYR policies, the effect won't get published. The effect won't get published. It will get rejected. So part one, that's effects. It depends on different criteria, that is performance, visual text, voice intents, custom controls. So what does the performance include? Performance include effect must perform as expected and provide a stable experience. So basically there should be no FPS drops, that is frame per second. It shouldn't be laggy, glitchy, which is explained down in the bulletin points. Effects must be responsive, run without stuttering or lagging. Effects must load in reasonable amount of time. Your file size or the asset shouldn't be that much big, so that it reduces the what we can say loading time of the effect. Other visual text and voice intents. Text and voice intents must not prompt people to navigate away from the effect, or from Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, all this meta platforms. Whatever text or voice intents you keep, it shouldn't guide user to navigate it to outside of Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, or portal app. So it's restricted or it's prohibited in Spark AR policies. Custom controls, for example, custom controls that change size, shape of an object must be attached to the tracker. So you can't keep buttons into your effect. Either it should be tracked with your face, plane tracker, or different sets of trackers, which have face tracker, target tracker, hand tracker, must be attached, such as tracker, face tracker, target tracker. Custom controls not attached to tracker are not allowed. If you will try to add any plane and use it as a button, it won't be allowed. The effect will get rejected. So for that, you can either use UI picker, which is a custom Instagrams, or what we can say Meta platforms basic controller options. We're switching it to the next, that is capabilities. Effects must only use capabilities permitted on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, and Portal. Likewise, what are the capabilities allowed by Meta for its Spark AI Studio? We need to use those capabilities only. We can't use other capabilities. And this fifth point is existing media support. Like you might have seen many other effects where you can add images from your gallery. Where an effect is enabled for existing media, the design of the effect must be suitable for both vertical and horizontal photos or videos. You can add photos, you can add videos based upon the dimensions. Metadata and media, that's the part two. Name of the effect, it's also an important point. Effect name appears alongside effects when used or shared on Instagram, Facebook, Messenger. If you will be publishing your effect, you can see the effect like what we can say, just like I published my Pride Race effect, it will be like Pride Race by Pal Kagrecha, my Instagram handle name pal.kagrecha. It will show like this. Effect names appear alongside. Now we'll be switching to the bulletin points. 2.1.a. Name must not be duplicated. Every effect published by a single owner must have a different name. So whatever the effects you publish, you can't publish with the same name continuously. Otherwise, the effect will get disabled. Name must not contain the Instagram account the effect is attributed to, or any variation thereof. So you can't directly name your effect like your name or your Instagram handle. It's strictly prohibited. Then, so first is regarding how to give the names. It's important. Then demo videos, because we need to share a demo video of our effect so that the reviewer can check what exactly the effect is about. Demo videos are used to showcase effects. Demo video must accurately demonstrate the effect features and capabilities used by someone. So what are the effects, features, capabilities which we are using in our effect should be clearly visible with those span of time. Demo video, you can create a demo video for a minimum of 10 to 14 seconds. For video calling effect, Messenger and Portal, demo videos must be screen recording of a video call. If you are creating a video calling effect, then screen recording is allowed. Otherwise, you need to capture from either Instagram camera or Facebook camera only. So you can't directly screen record the demo video and publish it. It won't get accepted. Like no stock videos, including models used in Spark AI Studio simulator videos, no recordings of images or other videos. Whatever the demo video you create, it should be of yourself or it should be live person. It shouldn't be a stock video or recording. Then icons. Every filter has its own icon. Icons must not contain models used in Spark AI similar video. Yes, what are the icon? Icon should be relate to the effect, what your effect is about. It should convey the message. So that's why you can use a proper medium there. You can use the icon properly. It shouldn't be the model used in Spark Simulator videos. Now you can see fourth is categories. The category selected for an effect must be accurately represent the content of the effect, which I'll be showcasing it while publishing the effect. What are certain different categories which what we can say the criteria which approves or which goes with your effect. Spark AR may change the category if it feels the effect is better situated to other categories. Facebook community standards, Instagram community guidelines. Content published to Facebook Messenger or portal must comply with our community standards, all applicable laws, statutes, and regulations. Instagram community guidelines. Content published on Instagram must comply with Instagram community guidelines. Likewise, all applicable law regulations. Third point, suitability for user base. Content must be suitable for consumption by the Facebook. I hope all the points are clear till now. If you have any query, just post it out in the comment section. Content must be suitable for consumption by the Facebook INC general user base, that is including that's a legal age to publish an effect, including those age 13 or above. It may vary from country to country and law. Content must not be shocking, sensational, disrespectful, or violent. If you are having any image which is depicting guns, knives, or other weapons, the effect will get disabled. Don't add any assets which depicts this type of harmful or violent, disrespectful, sensational, or shocking behavior. Content not promote illegal products, services, or activities, or content that is inappropriate or unsafe. Make sure you don't use those type of products which are illegal or it's inappropriate or unsafe to add in the effect. Content must not promote alcohol, tobacco, marijuana, pharmaceutical, medical products are not published or nor be published by brands associated with such products. So those brands which are associated with those products can't publish the effect. You can't publish the effect for them. And you can't use alcohol, tobacco, and pharmaceutical products. Content must not be of an adult or sexual nature. For example, nudity depicts of a people in explicit or suggestive positions or activities that are sexually suggestive or provocative. Content must not discriminate against, harass, provoke, or disparage people. Content must not claim to assess people based on their protected characters, race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, affiliation, caste, just basic normal things. Content must not rank people on physical appearance or personality. Content must not make criminal allegations. Because while even though your intention won't be like that while creating or submitting effect, but if it doesn't follow the Spark guidelines, your effect won't be published. It will get rejected. And if you are trying to publish it continuously, which is not according to Spark guidelines, you may also lose what we can say lose your right to publish an effect. Content must not promote the use or depict a sale of potentially dangerous cosmetic products. Yes, only beautification till a particular extent is allowed. You can't promote potentially dangerous cosmetic products, surgeries, or those type of textures. This includes effects that depict such procedures, such as surgery lines. Now, AR content standards. Gambling, not allowed. Spamming, not allowed. Misleading, deceptive, not allowed. And one more important thing, external links or tags. So basically, you can't add URL, QR code, or scannable codes into your effect as a texture or as an image. It's totally against the Spark AR policies. However, effect may contain following social media handles with no call to action. You can have social media handles, but it shouldn't be like go to your Instagram account, go to at the rate your Instagram profile. It shouldn't be like this. URL which form part of company name. URLs which form part of a company name. It's like you can have a URL which is a company name. It's a part of company name. Intellectual property infringement, which is known as basically IP. You can't use the effect. You can't use the files which are owned by someone else or those who have right to those files, and you can't directly use it and publish it openly. You need to have permission from them. And it is also very crucial role while creating a project. If you are leading with this Spark AR journey, this steps plays very important role. Content must not infringe upon the intellectual property of Facebook and its affiliates or other third parties. Branding elements of the Meta family of apps, devices, content must follow guidelines in a brand resource. Means you can't, what we can post Facebook's logo or something like this directly into your effect. Third party rights, content must not infringe upon, violate to the rights, any third party, including copyright, trademark, privacy, publicity, or other personal and proprietary rights. So this were the all regarding Spark AR policies. I hope it was helpful to understand what are the basic policies while publishing an effect. If you have understood all the policies correctly, so let's jump to directly publishing our effect. I'll be showcasing you how you can publish your first AR effect. Let's jump back to Spark AR Studio. So you can open the file. I'll be showcasing you. Let's go to, even if you want to publish this file or the file which we created yesterday, that was our, you can go to the recent projects, pride race base file. This, if you want to publish this filter or effect, open this file. You can see an icon known as publish. Click on that. You can directly publish from here, like publish new effect. You can have add a recording video and record a video showcasing your effect. You can do this later also. And one more important thing, there are certain guidelines, file size limits. For Facebook it's 10 MB and for Instagram it's 4 MB. Effect having size more than 4 MB won't be able to integrate or deploy on Instagram app. It can be deployed on Facebook app only. So our current file size for different iOS, Android and older Android devices are this. So it's below 4 MB and we can publish it, and your effect is under 2 MB. So there's more chance of going to the mass audience, because if someone is having older devices or different Android phones. Capabilities meet requirements. What are the capabilities we have used? It also meets the requirement. So it's all good to go. You can do, there's a two-way. You can directly click on upload. It will take you to Spark AR Hub. Otherwise, what you can do, you can also create an export file where you can save your project. Export is basically how we create an export for our different projects, where we have a copy of our final project. You can click on export. You can like I've created a special folder in my Spark AR setup where it's where I save all the exports. You can click, you can give the name as you want. You can click save. It will save the file, just like Pride Race. Or you can go directly, you can click on upload. If you are updating an effect, select this. It will show the owner name, and you can also select the different effects which you have published. But if you are publishing for the first time, click on publish new effect and upload. So just now wait till it's uploading. It will take you to Spark AR Hub. It might take a while, but till here every step has been done from your end. Just a second. I'll be changing it to, yeah. Make sure you have your own owner name, publishing platform. You can switch if you want to. If you want to change it from Instagram to Facebook handle, you can also change that. Yeah. So this is how it will take you to the Spark AR Hub. If not, I will show how it looks. Your UI might be different and mine might be different. So this is how it's looking, because I've already published some few effects. Inside, yeah, home, you can see an option to publish an effect. You can click on here, publish effect. It will take you the same page. You can give the name, like whatever the name you want to give to your effect, Pride Raise or Pride Lasers Raise, anything you want. It's totally your choice. Pride raise. As we have already added the file, if you want to check how to add the file, you can go to the your export folder wherever you have exported the file, Sparkyar. Yeah, my export folder where I have select this and I can click on open. You can select the platforms as well, as we have created for the both Instagram and Facebook platforms. So that's why it will be going through sharing platforms only, not for the video calls. Audience, you want your effect to be public or you just want a link? Only people with share link can use this effect. You will get link after you publish. So if you want allow to openly access people to openly access your effect, you can keep it public. Only if you want to share with your friends, you can keep it link only. Make sure your name is under you owner's name. And here you need to select categories what our effect is about. So it's like immersive, innovative idea, innovative effects that immerse people story into scene. Yes, it follows that. Then it follows with selfie face because we are using our front camera. And while they are appearance, cosmetic stylized effect enhance someone's appearance. As lasers, if you want to select, you can, but we are not using any cosmetic kind of thing, beautification here, so that's not required. Weird and scary, you if you want to click on sci-fi, you can keep it's futuristic, like rays are emitting, just like the boys. Animals, fandom, color and light, yeah, you can select as per your choice. Surrounding, funny, mood, maximum 4 categories you can select. And keyword is basically you can write some particular keywords. If a user writes the same, if your customer or the user writes the same particular keyword, your effect might show up in the search view. We can write pride, we can write raise, we can write pride raise, then we can write laser, anything which, like, the more you write with keywords which are similar or related to your effect, the more chances of increasing the audience or engagement increases. So now you can do what we can say, create a demo video, first save your effect. Your effect has got saved. Now you can see its pride raiser name will be there because we have not added a demo video. So either you can open an app, so you will get a notification. You can select from here to send a link, which will be sending the link to your Instagram or Facebook app, where you can record the demo video, save that video, and then upload it right here. Choose drag and drop or drag your MP4, MOV, or WebM file format. Maximum size is 32 MB. Make sure your video is of only 14 seconds, not more than that. Then you can select the icon. If you want to upload an image as an icon, it should be minimum what we can say 200 by 200 pixels. By default it will be looking like that. You can replace it with the image you want. Like, let's take an example of, if we take this AR, just an AR, I'm just giving a rough example. If I want to take the A part or anything, any image you want to keep, it will be in square. So this is how the effect will look. And if you are working with other creators like this, then you can add collaborator. You can add their Facebook's username so that he also gets the credit to your effect. It will be visible in your both of your portfolios. And publication date as per your requirement, as soon as possible, or if you are creating for a particular event or that thing, it should be only visible on that time. So you can set date for it. Otherwise you can select as soon as possible. So this is how the process is to publish your first Instagram effect. First name it, add the file, then select the platforms, select your audience, owner, check the publisher, category, keywords, add the demo video, and at the icon, I'm just added this icon directly, spontaneously. You can choose your icon properly and then add it. Publication date, collaborators if any, and submit. That's the last step. If you do, it will be, because I've not added the video dimensions, like I said, it's only 124 by 124, so it's not allowing. The minimum should be 200 by 200 pixels. Make sure you are having minimum that. Then you can click on submit. I'll be adding one video. This is on my desktop. Raise base lock. Yeah, done. It should work. You can add your own. Just to, I want to show you the UI of how it looks while submitting the effect. The period is too long, it won't. Okay. Then you can click on submit. It will submit, and it will show you something similar to, like what we can say, how much time it basically takes 5 to 7 days to publish an effect, but it also happens in hours. So this is how you publish your effect. Once it the review status, once it gets accepted, you will get a notification on if on what platforms you have deployed. Either it's Instagram or Facebook. Sorry, it's okay. Where were we? Yeah, the review status you can select. You can also disable and enable the effect. Once it's accepted, it will show accepted. If it's not, it will show not accepted. My bad. Sorry. So this is how we create our effect and publish it. And let's go back to our PPT. I hope the publishing process was clear to you. And the last step from my side, it's not what you learn, but it's how you implement it. Zeal to learn is required. So things might be difficult, might be easy, but you have zeal to learn, you can definitely learn it. So thank you guys from my end. This was all. And if there's any queries, I would like to answer that.
Thank you so much, Pal. Uh, all of you, please feel free to post your queries in case you have any. Pal is here to answer your
Yes,
queries.
yes.
I've also shared with you the submission link. Once you've created your effect, you have to submit your effect in this submission link. I don't see many questions coming in. I hope they have understood everything, and
So yeah, there can be
or it
either
could be
two
that they need
cases.
some time to process also.
Yes, yes. Either they
Yeah.
can
So
everyone understood it properly or everyone understood it not even properly.
yes,
There can be two
yes.
cases.
Yeah, so thank you so much. We'll look forward to your queries. Please feel free to reach out to us for any help that you need to while submitting your effect. We will also be sharing the recording and the submission link with you on the email that you have registered on, and we look forward to having your effects with with us now.
Yeah, please
Thank you.
feel free to post your effects in reskill community so that even I get to understand, yeah, there what changes you have learned and what's something unique, or if any like guidelines, feedbacks you require, we can provide it.
There's one query that has come up. We have to submit the
What is
pride
it?
race filters.
If you want to submit that, you can submit. If you want to submit something of your own, you have to create something of your own. You can do that. Just the requirement, you need to publish your first AR effect, and which should follow the Spark AR policies.
Yeah, so you can create something unique for yourself also. You don't have to follow the same thing, but yes, they have to adhere to the guidelines that
Yes, it
Pal
means
has mentioned.
you can take the use case base file of Spark or this pride race filter, and you can add something more unique of yourself on top of it, so that which shows that you have learned something, you have improvised something new of your own. You can change the triggers if you want, just like how we keep eyebrow raised, mouth open. Yeah, all right. This
This is not
isn't a hackathon.
This is, yeah, this is not the hackathon submission link. This is basically your effect submission link. Hackathon will
Yes,
happen only once,
you
students
submit your
all. Yeah,
effects.
yeah, that will happen only then. So the submission deadline is today's 10th, it's 15th, July 15th.
And if you are facing any query post session, you can post on the reskill community. So we will be able to help you if you are facing any problems while submitting your effect.
Yes, please feel free
And
to reach out to us at any of those places. We are happy to help, and we are always actually on the go. So yeah, they are. Let me share the link for that too. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. So this is the Sparkia community group that we have on Facebook. We are very active there. Any queries, any clarifications, everything can be posted there.
yes, even people will get to learn or get inspired from your effect, and even you might get inspiration from others' creation.
Right,
So that's the way of engaging, and that's the goal.
right. So thank you so much for coming on a Sunday, and a special thanks to you, Pal, who actually works, 5 days a week, and the 6, 7 day we took from you. Thank you so
No, no,
much for
it's
this. Thanks,
it's
Tan.
all right. It's all right because my journey also started the same way as a student getting into the Spark Yar Open program, Facebook School of Innovation, and learning from those mentors. And I just wanted to pass the same what we got exposure to the first level. So you have a platform, you have a creator, you can post your queries, and it's very if you are interested in pursuing it as a career, you can because if I can do that, you can also do that.
That's very nice of you to say. Thank you so much. Have a great
Thank you,
Sunday, everyone.
guys. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. You enjoy with pride rays and pride colors.
Right. Thanks, Tan. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.